Hey everyone, Alex here, and today we're gonna talk about ducks. No, we're not gonna talk about ducks. We're gonna talk about dragons, dragons. And specifically, we're gonna talk about the upcoming expansion of World of Warcraft, Dragonflight. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you get notified when I upload. Alright? Without further ado, let's go ahead and start. In the 9th WoW expansion, we will return back to Azeroth, to our home world Azeroth. And as with every other major expansion, we have new stories to dig into, new zones to explore, brand new dungeons and raids to conquer. In this expansion, we will also become Dragonriders. Dragonriders. Alright, let's take a closer look at all of those new features. Just a bit of lore. The dragon aspects have abandoned the Dragon Isles 10,000 years ago, during the Great Sundering, when the elemental energy there waned. But with recent events causing it to surge once again, the dragons have come once again to reclaim their rightful homeland, the Dragon Isles. In Dragonflight, the level cap will increase up to level 70 and we will go through 4 leveling zones in a linear storyline, at least on our first character. Then they might let us choose our zone order, like Legion and BFA. To get to the Dragon Isles, we will have to sail across on a boat, and the interesting thing here is that if you have war mode on, you can actually jump between the two boats, so I guess that's gonna be a lot of fun for all of the PvPers out there. Okay, so once we arrive, we will go through the first zone in the wakingshores. A wild and untamed land with giant proto-dragons, elementals rising to the surface and full of activity. Once we arrive in wakingshores, the red dragonflight with Queen Alexstrasza herself will welcome us there and guide us through. With the Dragon Isles coming back to life, the Isles' elemental half-giant inhabitants, known as the Jaradin, have also awakened. Jaradin are powerful wielders of magma and long-time enemies with all of the dragonflights, and we see them here clashing with the red dragonflight. Wakingshore features the ancestral home of the black dragonflight as well, so a familiar face here, Rathion, who has been searching for the Dragon Isles so long, will join us as we adventure through the zone to figure out what is the future of the black dragonflight. And also, this is like a big selling point, ducks. Yeah, they're gonna add some ducks in the game. So yeah, Donald Duck will be happy with this, I guess. After the wakingshores, we will adventure through Ohn'ahran Plains, a big wide open plain which actually reminds me a lot of Nagrand. Both versions of Nagrand, I think. Ohn'ahran, if you don't know, is the wild god of the wind, who guided the center to the Dragon Isles long time ago. These grasslands are still occupied by the centaur tribes and fierce proto-dragons. The green dragonflight has also nestled in the nearby groves, and we will probably see what happens with the green dragonflight after Ysera's devastating death. So yeah, I think that's something I look forward. I really liked Ysera, so yeah, we'll see. Also, to make this zone look very vast and expansive, they managed to increase the viewing distance, so that's really good. It will probably add like a nice feeling to the zone. To be honest, I have not understand if they are gonna increase the viewing distance in general, or if it's something that is exclusive to this zone. I'm not sure about that. If you know, then let me know. Next, we will explore the Azure Span, one of the biggest zones currently in game, inspired by the Grizzly Hills, which is one of my favorite zones, and I especially like its background music, so I hope they do like an upgraded version of it. That would be really nice. So Azure Span stretches from coastal Tuskar villages through forest tundra, all the way to frozen waterfalls and icy rivers. So kind of like a combination of Wrath zones. It looks really good actually. And these ancient lands are home to many familiar tribes like the Gnolls or the Furbolgs and the beloved Tuskar, with updated models of course. We got Big Tuskar and Tiny Tuskar, that looks so cute. And I can't wait to explore their culture furthermore. Tuskars are actually fighting alongside the blue dragonflight, which we will encounter in this zone. We will follow the story of Kalecgos and learn a bit more about Sindragosa and learn a bit more about the blue dragonflight history and so on. The fourth and final zone is Thaldraszus, the seat of power for all of the 5 dragonflights, with huge vertical mountains and cave systems. I mean, it looks really incredible. One of the main features here is the capital city Valdragen, who acts as a player hub, kind of like an Oribos. Also, it has its own auction house, which is really convenient. You don't have to chase out those Brutosaur. And there's actually no reason to go back to Orgrimmar or Stormwind. I do hope they're gonna put the mail and back a bit close to the auction house. I hope so. And within the city, every flight has its own little corner. Like for example, red and green dragonflights have their own theme gardens. Blue dragonflight, on the other hand, has a public library. And in this zone, we also see the bronze dragonflight, who has a really cool place where they can watch over time itself and ensure that the past and future of Azeroth is intact. Thaldraszus also features Tear Hall, like this technical marvel, this ancient facility where the cinematic actually takes place. It looks pretty cool to fly around that facility. So yeah, I'm really excited to adventure through all of these 4 brand new zones and discover hidden lands. I mean, yeah, so far they look so good. And that brings us to the next feature, the Dragonriding. In order to compensate for how expansive are all of these new zones, we will be introduced from the start of the expansion with an all-new style of flying, the Dragonriding. An expansion called Dragonflight wouldn't feel quite complete and right if we couldn't fly our own dragons. So there you go. We will be able to ride our own Dragon Isles Drake, and not only that, but we will be given 4 different ones, each one unique and customizable. We've got so many different customization options to choose from, like the scale color, its head and body shape. We can also change the snout, the horns, tails, or whether we want to add some armor pieces to our dragon. We can also choose the type of our dragons, like for example, do you want Wrath of the Lich King Proto Drake, or Wyvern, or do you want the original dragon model, or like a more recent one, the BFA Pterodax. The combinations are truly endless. Every dragon will be unique, and it should be as it's our own personalized mount. So while we level up through the 4 leveling zones, we will befriend them and unlock new abilities on the way via the Dragonriding skill tree. That will allow us to fly farther, longer and faster than any regular mount. As we level up our Dragonriding skill, we can collect additional cosmetic options to customize our dragons, and eventually we will be able to reach some hidden locations and do things that we couldn't do with our normal flying. So how does Dragonriding actually work in practice? Dragonriding is a skill that players will be able to upgrade and level up as we progress through the Dragon Isle zones, as I mentioned before, and it's not the traditional free flying as we know it now, but you have to take into consideration the physics, so forces like momentum and gravity will come into play. You might also get knocked out of the sky by enemies, beware of that. So, like for example, we have to dive down to gain more momentum as we rapidly descend, then flap our drake's wings to stay afloat. You can also unlock special moves and maneuvers like roll, bank and spiral. So yeah, I like how they encourage us to just go around and explore these zones and actually enjoy the game. You know, with the Dragon Isles being so vertical and our new dragon riding skill, and how massive are these new zones. I'm really into that. Sign me up. Can I have this expansion now? Or actually yesterday? Yeah, I can't wait to explore every inch of it. This expansion looks so promising, and I like that we are not into some big threat right away from the start of the expansion. We might eventually get there like some big threat that we need to deal with, but for now we can just enjoy the game, explore the Dragon Isles history and help them with their day-to-day problems, like fight off the bad Jaradin or the proto-dragons and so on. Let me know your thoughts on the Dragonflight, what you like about it, what you hate, and yeah. With that, I'm gonna conclude today's video. In the next one, we're gonna go through the new class combo, the Dragthir Evoker, and talents, HUD UI, and so more. So if you are interested in my content, please subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified when I upload. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!